Good afternoon. I'm Nicole Holt, Director of School Operations and Student Experience and Support. I would like to warmly welcome you all to this University of Salford graduation ceremony. Before the ceremony starts, I have a few requests. Firstly, can I ask that you wear a face covering unless medically exempt for the duration of the ceremony until you are outside of the hall. Graduates, you will be able to remove your face covering before you come up on stage and you will be prompted when to do so. This year, instead of shaking the hand of the presiding officer, you will doff. This means a nod of the head as you cross the stage. Sounds simple, but to be clear, when you are prompted to come up on stage, please leave your hat on your seat. You only need to put your hat on at the end of the ceremony. Walk across the stage, and instead of shaking the hand of the presiding officer when you meet them, just a nod of the head, okay? Can I also ask that you remain seated throughout the ceremony as a courtesy to other guests so that they are not being disturbed or having their view blocked? And could I ask that you all ensure that your mobile phones are switched off for the duration of the proceedings? I also have a message from our alumni team. From the video you have just watched, you will see that your relationship with the university does not end today. In fact, it is only just beginning. You are now a member of a global alumni community of over 190,000 graduates. Salford graduates go on to achieve amazing things, making a difference in all walks of life, from politics, industry, the arts, scientific discovery, to serving our communities through the health service, schools, and in public service. We would love for you to keep in touch with us so that we can share in your life's journey and achievements, also to ensure you are kept up to date on the latest benefits and services available to you as a member of our alumni network. As you cross the stage today, we'll be recording you, and you will receive an email from us in the next couple of days inviting you to download the clip. It's just a little gift to say thank you for agreeing to let us stay in touch with you. For those of you who are able, please stand for the entrance of the academic procession.
I declare this congregation open to present awards from the University of Salford.
Graduates and distinguished guests, please welcome Dr. Janice Allen, Dean of the Salford Business School.
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to welcome our graduating students to this ceremony, as well as your family, friends, and supporters. Today is an opportunity to recognize your hard work and to celebrate your achievements. And the first thing I want to say on behalf of everyone in Salford Business School is congratulations and well done. The fact that you successfully completed your studies despite the many challenges, both academic and personal, posed by the pandemic, makes your graduation even more special. In so doing, you have demonstrated enormous strength, adaptability, and resilience. As graduates, you will bring those qualities with you into the world of work, where they will prove as valuable as the discipline expertise that you acquired during your time with us. Over the past 18 months, you will have heard a great deal about how the STEM subjects contributed to the fight against COVID. But as we begin to emerge from that space and move into a new normal, it will be you, as graduates of the business school, who will help to navigate the long-term financial, economic, human, and ethical legacies that the pandemic will leave behind. As a small business charter accredited business school, we are proud to be making an important contribution to these recovery efforts by delivering the government-funded executive education program called Help to Grow, which has been designed to support SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises, to improve their growth and productivity in the post-COVID economy. This is just one of the many ways in which Salford Business School supports our region and those who live and work here. Our community of students and alumni, however, stretches across the globe, and as graduates, you will join the 43,000 alumni applying what they learned in Salford Business School in everything from small family-run enterprises to multinationals, both in the UK and abroad. Despite the challenges of COVID, your success as graduates has been matched by the school itself. We welcomed over 1,000 new postgraduate students to the school, some of whom are graduating today. We held our first Festival of Entrepreneurship, as well as our first Global Week, where we celebrated the success of one of our international students winning the Global Business Challenge across 18 countries. In February, we also launched the Salford Business School Mission and Vision, which builds on our past and looks to our future. I'd like to take a moment to read you our new mission statement, and I hope you can see yourself reflected in it. We empower our diverse community of learners by inspiring curiosity, building confidence, and nurturing resilience to support every individual's personal and professional journey. Through education, enterprise, and applied research, we connect to industry, to the future, to the region, and through our partners across the globe. Now, curiosity isn't a word that you typically hear associated with business and legal education, but at Salford, we see it as crucial. The future is going to be characterized by ongoing change and disruption, especially digital disruption. So curiosity will be part of a successful graduate mindset. Accelerated change demands proactive and continuous learning and development. New challenges require new ways of thinking. So your formal studies may be finished, but your learning is not. So please make every effort you can to feed and stimulate your curiosity. To finish these brief remarks, it remains only for me to say, whatever path you, our graduates, took to get here, whichever path you choose to follow next, I wish you every success. Work hard, be kind, be daring, and make it a wonderful adventure. Thank you. Whilst it has been an exciting year for Salford Business School, it has also been a year of significant achievement for our university as a whole. And as such, I am proud to introduce our presiding officer of this ceremony, the Pro-Vice Chancellor for Research and Enterprise, Professor Carl Dason. Oh, apologies. It is to introduce our Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay. I've got the wrong speech with me.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I thought that was going to be a serious case of mistaken identity there. I was kind of tempted just to get up and pretend to be somebody else for a brief moment, because in a way I've been pretending to be somebody else all my life. In fact, I've got a little poem about that. It's a 6-line poem. I may as well read it right now, since the opportunity has provided itself to me after that wonderful speech that you gave. This is a 6-line poem. My name's Jackie Kay. I'm the Chancellor of the University of Salford, and this is somebody else. If I was not myself, I would be somebody else. But actually, I am somebody else. I have been somebody else all my life. It's no laughing matter going about the place all the time being somebody else. People mistake you. You mistake yourself. So it's really wonderful. Thank you. It's a real pleasure to be here today, and a great honour to share your special day with you. I am a poet as well as the Chancellor of the university. I wrote that little poem because I often turn up in places and people are surprised by how I look if they've only heard my voice. The strangest experience of that was going to school in Manchester. You'll have to forgive my Manchester accent here, because you can tell I've got my accent's actually Glasgow. But I went to school in Manchester once, and the teacher said to me, "Do you know, I've heard you a lot on the radio, and in my mind you were tall and slender." And then she said, "Just shows you what the radio can do, don't it?" Then she added rather perplexingly, "Never mind, your voice is Highland water going over stones." Seemed about the strangest compliment I've ever been paid, but, I'll take it. Anyway, I'm delighted, absolutely delighted to welcome all of you here today to this graduation ceremony, celebrating the awards that you've achieved. And isn't it fantastic to all be able to be in the same room together after the terrible times that we've had, after the losses that we've all suffered, and after the isolation that we've all been through. It's an extraordinary thing to be able to be gathered here together for a really, really brilliant purpose, which is you getting your degree. I'm really, really delighted to share it with you. Today marks accumulation of years of hard work and effort that you've put in, and this success that you're celebrating today is rightfully yours. You've gone through more as a group of students than other students have been through, because you are the students of the pandemic. You've had to adapt, you've had to change, you've had to survive, and you don't want that as a tag, you don't want that as a hashtag even, students of the pandemic. You might want to drop it as soon as possible, but for now we'll have you all as students of the pandemic. You're masked up, I'm going to be masked up, we're going to doff our hats, we're having a slightly different ceremony, but we're still going to make it as enjoyable and as wonderful as possible, because you definitely deserve it. Everyone in this room has been affected in some way by COVID, in one way or another. People will have had it, people will have known people that have had it, and people will have known people that have lost people, or have lost people yourselves, through this extraordinary and strange time that we've all been through. May I extend right now a warm welcome to your family and friends and supporters. Hello, family. Hello, friends. Not many friends out there. Hello, supporters. Plenty supporters. I hope everyone takes away some special memories of this day. Your university days will be a pivotal time in your life, the kind of time that you'll always look back to remember and look back to think, this was me then. They're the kind of hallowed days that exist in a special part of your memory, you know, like the part of your belly that always saves room for the pudding. That's the university days. For some reason, we put them in a wee bubble and we're always able to return to them in a particular way throughout our life. And that might seem strange to you now because you're just at the edge of them. But in 20 years' time, you'll be looking back on them differently. And in 40 years' time, even more differently. Time is incomprehensible for us to conceive of. And it's incomprehensible for us to think that you've actually been here for 3 years. That time might have gone like that for some of you, or it might have dragged for others, but time is very, very subjective, as we all know. I hope that everyone here takes something very, very special from these special times, because along with your specific studies, you'll have further shaped your views on the world, learnt more about yourself, made hopefully lifelong friends, and developed intellectually, personally, and socially. So whether you're moving on now to more studies, or whether you've already got something that you're set up to do, you can be confident that this degree will be helping you in your step forward into your future. You'll have already developed a creative intelligence and an empathy for what you do, and it's really wonderful to see the ways in which business, the world of business, has become so creative. In fact, you could say that it is as creative as the creative world, and I find that a totally fascinating thing now, that we don't just put people into little categories and say, you're science, you're business, you're creative. I like the ways in which all of the disciplines start to collaborate and to have meaningful conversations with each other. And you'll know, as people that are passionate about business, that the most important mark that you can make is by making those kind of connections, conversations between one discipline and another. And you'll also know that the most effective thing that you can develop as a business person is empathy and kindness. To put yourself in somebody else's shoes is always going to be the first and the best thing that you can do as a business person. As Mahatma Gandhi observed, when you are kind to others, when you see other people's experiences, that's when you know that you're really actually going to be on the brink of changing. An African-American writer that I really love, Zora Neale Hurston, said, "The present was an egg laid by the past that had the future inside its shell." It's quite a wee one to get your head around, isn't it? Yes, but we've got our heads around it because we're all pretty smart here, aren't we? We're quite smart. How many people think they're quite smart? Aye, there we go, a few wee waves. That's good, we have to own it. Own the smartness. It's funny how even when you get a degree, you can still suffer from terrible imposter syndrome. You know, I remember I was the first in my family to go to university. I came from a working class family. I was adopted by 2 Scottish people, but my original father was from Nigeria. And my mother was from the Highlands in Scotland. And I remember when I went to Nigeria to meet, I traced my birth father and I found him. I wrote a book about that called Red Dust Road. But when I found my birth father, he spent the first 2.5 hours of our first and only meeting singing and dancing and praying around me. And, well, Nigerians will recognize that. And he said quite a lot of empowering things. He said, "You can walk through fire, you won't get burnt. You can swim in dangerous waters, you won't drown. Don't even bother with your hotel's safe. God is looking out for you." And so that was quite an extraordinary meeting. And my adoptive parents were very, very proud of me, as I imagine all you that have parents around are proud, and all of you that have family around are proud of your achievements today. In fact, pride itself is probably one of the most wonderful feelings that we can have. It gives us a wee internal glow, doesn't it? I remember being at the graduation of my son, who's now a documentary filmmaker, and he's got a film on Netflix about a woman sumo wrestler called Little Miss Sumo. So that's another empowering woman. But I remember going to his graduation and having that feeling of a glow. It was like a glow lit up from you from the insides, and just what a special thing it is to see people that have a talent realize their talent and go further and further with their talent than they could possibly ever imagine. It's great for me because I have a 6'2" son, which actually gives me some extra height. Because if you surround yourself by tall people, you just get some of it from them. And it's quite good. I remember he was taller than me by the time he was 10. He said to me when he was 12, "Mum, if I stand at my full height and give you a hug, I feel like I'm consoling a small child." I said, thank you very, very much. So you'll see that I've departed from the speech today. I did have things to say, important things to say, but I've decided to depart from them because if I just stood here and read you the speech that was written, you wouldn't remember me, and you wouldn't remember this day. And I really want you to remember this day, and I really want you to remember me. This is my last year as Chancellor. I've been the proud Chancellor at the... Oh, thank you. Let's say that again. It's my last year as Chancellor. I've been Chancellor for 6 years. They kept me for an extra year. And it was quite... yes, that was quite nice. Thank you. And I've been enormously proud of the university. Thank you. That was a good Nigerian whistle. It's funny being from both Nigeria and Scotland, because in Glasgow people say to me, "Your sense of humour is very Glaswegian, by the way." And I'll go to Nigeria and they'll go, "How come your sense of humour is so Nigerian?" So I don't really know where the sense of humour is from, but I do know that I was brought up by people that actually managed to tell jokes even when you were in crisis, and that sometimes humour is a tragedy's defence, if you know what I mean. And sometimes people actually will tell jokes even at funerals because it's a way of getting you through. And I was really having the last year lost my mum and my dad and my birth father. In fact, my birth father, who's Nigerian, died just 10 days before my adoptive Scottish mum. And she said to me after that, "Jackie, I can't believe I'm the last one standing of your 4 parents." And that seemed to me an extraordinary thing. But my dad, my adoptive dad, had died just a year earlier, on the day after her 89th birthday. And she said to me, "Jackie, did I get this right? Your dad died the day after my 89th birthday." And I said, "Yes, Mum, you got that right." And she said, "Well, he was always lousy at birthday presents, but he surpassed himself this time." And that's what I mean about having an extraordinary humour that comes out of crisis. I hope that you, in your life as you go forward, you manage to retain your humour, and you manage to see humour as a kind of as a defence. I hope you manage to retain your empathy, your charm, your sense of excellence, and your sense of ambition, and your sense of purpose. I hope you have things that you really, really want to do for the world as well as for yourself, and I hope you go out there and try and achieve them. So I'm not going to say any more. I would like you all to stand up and give a huge round of applause to all the teachers and the staff that have helped you here, and all your family and supporters. Please stand. Thank you. And you can be seated. I'm going to just read one last poem for you all before we start the wonderful business of the ceremonies. And this is a poem that I wrote for graduates graduating, called "Dear Graduate." Dear graduate, today's the day you switch from graduand to graduate. A couple of hours will have conferred your state, a name that's been 3 years more in the making, and most especially if you started late, how the years they seem to hover, rush, hesitate. Yet here you are nearly now, graduates. Congrats, Well done, about to cross over to ample hours, fertile land, to stride the borders, grasslands, verges, to the shy unknown, and grasp the future with two bold hands. A day whose minutes will be remembered, intimately known, where the future's clock is not yet set to run, how the mirrors will turn to windows, open to the sun, or what shape days might offer close at hand. Let them proffer luck and chance, dear graduates. Congrats, well done.
I now invite Brian Hylands to be presented for the degree of Doctor of the University honoris causa.
Chancellor, graduands, guests, I'm delighted to introduce our honorary graduate today, Brian Hylands. Brian, on behalf of the colleagues in the University of Salford and the School of Health and Society, is here on our behalf. This distinguished Greater Manchester firefighter is no stranger to the school and to the university. Having driven, supported and championed a range of collaborative projects over the last decade that have not only enhanced the reputation of the university, but also improved firefighter safety nationally and internationally. These have included projects centred around firefighter fitness and health and well-being, cognition and decision-making, and more recently, physiological monitoring. These recent collaborations arose from the tragic death of Manchester firefighter Stephen Hunt in 2013. Brian led Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service's internal investigation into Stephen's death, with his recommendations subsequently forming a key tenet of the coroner's final report. Brian was pioneering in identifying the need to monitor the safety of firefighters in real time and immediately reached out to the university and in particular the expertise within the School of Health and Society. Brian had overall operational responsibility for implementing this need, with the university acting as a critical friend. Independent research partner and to help solve real-world problems. Brian's strategic vision and commitment to our collaborative project and his operational expertise gained from successful careers in both the Royal Air Force, serving with distinction during the first Gulf conflict, and with Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue, made these projects such a success. As chair of the North West Technical and Procurement Officers Group and a member of the North West Research and Development Group, Brian's role has particular relevance for the region, allowing the findings of any collaborative research to be shared with other fire and rescue services, placing Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service as the lead, regionally and nationally. Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service is now recognised by the National Fire Chiefs Council as the physiological lead for the UK Fire Service, highlighting the work undertaken both by the service and the university, both at national and international stage. Throughout these collaborations, Brian has shown outstanding vision and commitment, championing firefighter safety, supporting university-led research, and cementing a model of industrial partnerships with the university that has led to research, enterprise, and outstanding placement opportunities for our students. I'm delighted, therefore, to present for the degree of Doctor of Science, Brian Hylands, in recognition of his support to the University of Salford and to the School of Health and Society, and his work and commitment to firefighter safety and the service and protection of the people of Greater Manchester. Chancellor, I present for the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa, Brian Hylands.
By virtue of the honour invested in me, I present to you, Brian Hylands, the degree of Doctor of Arts, honoris causa, Doctor of the University, honoris causa. Well done. Well done again. You can go off again.
Chancellor, graduates and guests, I can't express eloquently enough just how much of an honour and privilege it is to be accepted into the University of Salford family with this reward. I've had the pleasure, and it has been a real pleasure, to work with the university for several years. In that time, it has been clear to me that the university's motto, Altura Petimus, I'll not get that right, will I? I'm not very good at Latin. Petamus, meaning let us seek higher things, or the constant drive to achieve excellence, could not be more fitting. This has been particularly evident with the consummate professionalism of Martin Matthews and Steve Pearson. Both Martin and Steve, throughout our projects and relationship with Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service, have had two things at the forefront of their research: the attainment of excellence and the improvement of firefighter safety. Our project, which looks at the physiological effects experienced by firefighters in the operational arena and how physiological markers can be measured and monitored in real time, is truly trailblazing. I say trailblazing because as a service we address the market only to find, whilst there are physiological monitors available, and some of you will even have them on your smartwatches nowadays, none could operate effectively in the environment faced by firefighters. This is why we turn to our long-standing friends at the university for help. It's not been an easy journey. Worthwhile research rarely is. But with collaboration between the University of Salford, Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service and commercial enterprise, I know that we are so close to realising the first real-time, accurate physiological monitoring device for firefighters seen anywhere in the world. Our story has been truly inspirational to me, where an issue or problem is identified by the end user, and that end user can collaborate successfully with academia and commerce to realise a solution. This, to my mind, is the bedrock of the motto to seek higher things, something I know the university strives always to do. Thank you.
Graduands and distinguished guests, we will now commence the presentation of the postgraduate awards from the Salford Business School, and each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Gordon Fletcher, School Lead for Research for the Salford Business School, to present the awards.
Chancellor, On behalf of Salford Business School, I present for the award of Master of Science, Human Resource Management and Development, Sarah Bayland. Jade Carr. Kirsty Lee Donnelly. Hamza Khan. Hannah Murphy. Bridget Isioma Nwanji. Eleanor Simcox. Stefano Tripletti. Yana Vasilikova. Bamadil Ayabo Adajumo. Najma Ali. Nyuluka Priya Darshini Panchahiwa Amba Lamba Pitea Magamanish. Lydia Arbisola Amusan. Safina Hasif Hanif. Muhammad Humsa Aslam. Atim Ayang Eleonor. Halima Begum. Artiana Blaze. Caitlin Sarah Durashumo. Chloe Edwards. Taylor Francis. Hannah Gallagher. Melissa Mary Herrick. Gina Prasunamba Jampani. Yana Yasova. Megan Rebecca Jones. Krupa Joshi. Grace Yala Kanza. Simranpreet Kaur. Sanjay Kumar. Christopher Myers. Nikitha Navid Khan. Sylvia Endafon. Elizabeth Uzoa Zolmaro Ofuni. Sarah Omari. Laura Ramsden. Ramshah Ramzan. Dion Sabu. Hina Salam. Billy Sawyer. Shart Sewell. Anam Safiq. Mayamiko Simon T. Fairai. Kane Stansfield. Mercy Urake Samala. Ezra Shakaria Shaker Taha. Mariam Hussein Ali Janahi. John Chabby. Janelle Lafong. Maureen Naker Obia Bumo. Olaway Kimi Ogni. AJ Stewart. For the award Master of Science Marketing, Abiola Ayenai. Anthony Embert Blenman. Herjibola Olewala. Ihana Maker. Abdullah L.D. Riai. Elias Shilton von Itia. Ashley Ann Hoban. Javier Alberto Martinez Ulscar Teji. Jana Mary Joseph. Alexander Daniel James Perez. Bushen Wagamir. For the degree Master of Science Operations Management, Gurmukh Singh. Vishal Gupta. Akanenyeni Mike Ewott. Mohammed Abraz Qureshi. Shadan Tabassium. For the award Master of Science Project Management, Raihan Chowdhury. Hilary Obakan. Ifedi Chikwendu Ohairi. Salome Efeong Okwong. Zishan Safdar. Mohammed Mustafa Salam. Odanola Talabi. Mustafa Abu al-Faraj. Abdulaziz Al-Sami. Abdul Rahman Al-Suwidi. Abdul Rahman Al-Fafiri. Chiamaka Anui Banaway. Jennifer Onyebushi Awam. Maudlin Akosha Awuku. Fahad Ahmed Mohammed Bashi. Siva Prasanth Bomagani. Elion Bruce. Anthony Carroll. Durga Raghavendra Chatterthkonda. Shaibi Chathoth Makosi. Ise Ihanye Chimezi. Saneth Kumar Chokola. Gopachand Dharmapuri. Bolano Yemisi Ime Lolo Run Osakunu. Ajangupi. Kimberly Ann Hancock. Nabil Isa. Selvaraj Kaliyapan. Pradeep Kumar Kanchari Dasu. Gregory Kasparov. Muasuk Abubakar Khairi. Vamshidar Reddy Mandley. Yuget Matonga Zaina. Vijoy Pravan Mithra. Fatima Al-Saldat Mo'aid. Sai Lalith Manigala. Ebier Amarachi Indiomu. Philip Godfrey Noble. Arsalan Ori. Henry Ihayanacho Akoli. Familola Olabonmi Olefa. Ola Oluwa Charles Osadair. Ram Tija Reddy Paddy Jila. Hannah Park. Heather Pipe. Andrew Platts. Aaron Robertson. Omar Abdurazak Sabo. Naveed Siddiq. Tonga Ona Sikirita. Aravinda Reddy Tala. Akilan Tama Silvan. Omkaram Vadai. Ryan Wallace. Hawa Yusuf Zubair. For the award, Postgraduate Diploma, Human Resource Management and Development, Annie Dyson.
We will now commence the presentation of the undergraduate awards for the Salford Business School. Each student will be presented individually for their award. I would like to invite Dr. Claire Hookham, Associate Dean Academic, Quality Enhancement of the Salford Business School, to present the awards.
Chancellor, on behalf of the Salford Business School, I present for the award of Graduate Certificate Human Resource Management, Kelly Michelle Hadley. Bachelor of Science with Honours Human Resource Management, Lydia Riley. Ryan Caulfield. Dawn Howard. Will Manley. Bachelor of Science with Honours Human Resource Management with Professional Experience Year, Luke Robert Walton. Bachelor of Science with Honours Marketing, Lauren Emily Airy. Bethan Middleton. Ellie Jade Oxley. Imogen Mary Rees. Fionn Elizabeth Sagar. Mishari F.M. Alagil. Omama Aslama Lanjiri. Courtney Busby. Georgia Everson. Rebecca Hollinshead. Hassan Iqbal. Joe Jevons. Ali Abbas Kazmi. JC Okpi Aio. Holly Rogers. Filomeno Samba Balde. Mohammed Shafiq. Cameron Tariq. Gyla Vamos. Gabriel Witkowski. And for the award of Master of Science, Procurement, Logistics and Supply Chain Management, Mahusin Ali.
Graduates and guests, that concludes the presentation of the awards. Before I invite the Chancellor to close the ceremony, please can I ask all guests to remain seated until all the graduates have left their seats. I would now like to invite the Chancellor, Professor Jackie Kay, to close the ceremony.
Thank you. It's an amazing thing to be in the presence, in a room full of so much joy and happiness and pride. So on behalf of all of my colleagues on the platform here, can each of us congratulate you very much for your really wonderful achievement. We're all going to congratulate you now. It's been very, very special for us to share this day, a day that we didn't think that we would necessarily get to have. It's strange not being able to shake hands, but I think we made the best of it. And I've certainly got a wee motion going with the head now. I might be nodding to myself later on, just sitting watching the telly going like this, Might get asked questions. Yes. Might even do it in my sleep. It's extraordinary to see all of you dressed in all your fineries and all your wonderful suits and dresses and trouser suits. I really love the shoes. I spend a lot of my time watching out to see what people have got on their feet. And I'm always kind of amazed at all the different ways there are of crossing a stage. There are those people that like to take their time and say hi to everybody, and there are those people that just can't wait to get straight across. And then there are those people that look absolutely petrified of tripping up or falling or some terrible thing befalling you. But luckily, everyone got through crossing the stage. And everyone got through getting a degree. So I think you should all give each other, I think you should all stand and kind of turn around to the person behind you and all give each other a massive round of applause for getting where you are today. Huge congratulations, everybody. Woo! Woo! I hope I've caused multiple confusion there. That was the intention. A wee bit of confusion goes a long, long way, as we find in these days. You can all be seated. We're going to have music now. I hope that whatever you do from here on in, that your road goes smoothly. I hope even when you take the road less travelled by, that surprises meet you along that road. I hope that when there are certain accidents, that those accidents feel like happenstance or chance or circumstance. I hope that you greet every new opportunity, every open door is something that you want to go through. And I hope that your default setting is yes, not no, and that you say no when you need to say no, and because we often do need to say no. But I hope that you have a default openness to whatever is going to greet you. We are living in terrible, tragic-filled and troubled times, and you've all done remarkably, especially well to be here today. Somebody said to me as crossing the stage, he said, "I am here for this moment." You'll know who you are out there. But I thought that was the most beautiful way to put it. Actually, he said, "We are here for this moment." We are all here for this moment, aren't we? We are here for this moment. Life is an accumulation of moments, an accumulation of small acts of kindness. I really, really do, from the bottom of my heart, wish you well. I feel very moved today because it's my last year as Chancellor, and because we've had no ceremonies for a couple of years, and because we've all been through it in one way or the other, and because I've seen so many joyous and happy faces feeling, yes, yes, I did it, as you crossed the stage. So from me, your Chancellor, Jackie Kay, congratulations. Enjoy the rest of the day. If a tipple is part of your liking, have a good tipple on me, raise a glass. And if a tipple is not, then whatever takes your fancy. Come back. Know that we always welcome you with open arms here at Salford. From today, now on in, you're now graduates of the University of Salford. We will be following your progress. We will be here to welcome you back whenever you want to come back and see us. We're all enormously proud of you. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. I would now like to declare, oh, my voice has come back. It's exciting. I learnt voice projection at the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama, people. I can now declare this ceremony closed.